Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe SI Talk. Bei mir heute wieder ein Startinterview und Sie können sich vorstellen, gerade in diesen Zeiten sind so alles, was Pharma irgendwie auch, was uns momentan beschäftigt, ganz interessant. Und ich habe heute ein Startinterview mit der Bincovich. Sie ist CEO von InnoCan Pharma. Und ich bin deswegen aufmerksam geworden, weil wir vor ein paar Tagen eine News von der Firma gehabt haben, die sich natürlich auch auf das Thema Corona oder zum Topic gehabt hat. Und sie kombinieren eigentlich beides, nämlich interessanterweise auch CBD. Und das sind eigentlich zwei Produkte oder zwei Bereiche, die in den nächsten Monaten extrem spannend sein könnten. Ich habe relativ wenig Ahnung von der Firma. Aber das ist ja kein Hindernis, dass man mehr über die Firma lernt. Iris, thank you for your time. My first question is, how you are based in Israel and how the situation about the coronavirus is in Israel?
Most of us are working from home. We have an escrow here. And most of the people are stay voluntarily around their home surrounding, which the government tried to keep us low numbers of dead cases, and it seems it's work. But you know, it gives us a chance to work with our minds. We use a lot the Zoom and the Skype platforms. It saves us time in traffic, so there's no traffic. But actually, for InnoCan as a startup, it's a good time to think to how we can contribute to the situation. And this is actually we managed to do a collaboration with the Tel Aviv University to target the coronavirus in the lungs. And develop a very innovation collaboration with the university.
Okay, so the situation about coronavirus is the same like we here. We stay at home and do our best. Don't travel too much. But you're right. It brings the best back. You have a little bit idea, you can reflect what you're doing and maybe in which direction you want to go. You do a lot through Zoom and Skype and save a lot of money too, for sure. For other companies it's bad, like the airplanes and so on. So the industry is a really tough industry at the moment. But for other ones is a very interesting opportunity. And coming to the, but first before we go to the coronavirus, what you really set up, what was the first idea when you set up this company? You're really a new company. Your IPO was last year in
September.
In September. So
yes.
Really a young company from IPO standpoint. So what was the idea for the startup and bring the company to the market?
So our founders are coming from the pharmaceutical industry. Our active chairman and one of our main founder is Ron Meron, who was the CEO of Teva Israel. Teva is the largest generic drug manufactured worldwide. Together with Yoram Durker, he's an Israeli entrepreneur who already established two companies who are listed in the Nasdaq in the cell therapy. The idea is to combine science and the cannabinoid therapeutic effect. Our first project is with the Jerusalem University, with the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. There we developed together with them a technology that deliver into the body an improved way of cannabinoids. As you know, today a lot of people are smoke or take orally cannabinoids, but what we don't know that 80% is being destroyed by enzymes of the liver. So actually, we are overloading ourselves to reach a therapeutic effect when only between 15 and 20% actually absorbed by the body. So we are working with Professor Hause Bernholz, He's one of the leading professors involved in liposomes. Liposomes are like a small capsules which isolated inside the active and enable delivery. We are working with him to develop injectable cannabinoids. So one must ask himself why to inject. Because we are overloading and we want persist concentration in the target area, so kids with epilepsy, instead of taking a spray when they have a seizure, it can be automatically. They can have a smartwatch, insulin pump, with a suspension of locked CBD, capsulated CBD. Once the seizure starts, automatically the watch will tell the pump to inject specific amount directly to the body, and immediately all the symptoms of the seizure will be relief. This is one application. Another application is having once a week injection for pain, and then we will have a different kind of capsule, multi-layer. We have control, release of the same specific amount of CBD to the blood. So this is our first project, R&D project. We are collaborating for injectable cannabinoids for different applications. And this led us to do the development of the second collaboration now with the Tel Aviv University, which we had just released the news. This is a different kind of delivery system. This targets the COVID-19, the coronavirus. This utilizes, we can call it a high-tech innovation system called exosomes. Exosomes are created when stem cells are being manufactured. So it's originated from stem cells. Exosome, because of their DNA contact, they know how to communicate between cells, and they have high affinity to damaged cells. So we have damaged cells in the lungs. If we do inhalation of exosomes, the exosome can go to the damaged cells in the lung. On top of it, because they know to do cell-to-cell communication, they can assist the damaged cells to heal. We took, and we are planning to take this technology, increasing this efficacy by loading onto the exosome cannabinoids. You know, CBD has a lot of experience showing its anti-inflammatory action. Because, you know, people today, they don't die from the coronavirus. They die of the side effect of the lung disease, of the inflammation in the lung. So instead, what the intention of this, instead of putting people on a ventilation machine, they would have, when they start the symptoms, they would have inhalation of the exosome loaded with CBD. So we have a targeting missile to the damaged cell, helping them to recover and administrating anti-inflammatory properties to the target area. We have patent pending this technology. We believe we can act very fast, depend on the regulation, because everybody is seeking a solution. What is interested and was helping us talking with the professor when designing this project, the professor Danny Offen already had proven to take exosome, to load them, because this is a challenge, loading those stem cell formation cells, loading them with an active. In a different project he did, actually, he took a rat, it cut his spinal cord, he put the exosome with loaded through a nasal spray, and amazing, after 3 weeks, the rat came back to run. So it healed itself. So it's really a promising technology. It could be utilized not just for the COVID-19, it can be assisting in other viruses of the lung.
Mm-hmm.
This is one aspect of the project. And another aspect of the project, we have experience that the exosome can target damaged cell in the central nerve system.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, this can be utilized to epilepsy and Alzheimer as well. There is excellent experience in the lab showing that exosomes in the mind, imagine a picture of the mind,
Mm-hmm.
and imagine a picture of a mind with Alzheimer and with epilepsy, and you can see if you do a nasal spray, the healthy mind, the exosome doesn't go anywhere, just disappeared. In the epilepsy, they're concentrated in the damaged area of the brain. Again, in Alzheimer, it's a different picture, but you can actually see where the exosomes are concentrated in different areas. So this is really science fiction. We are very happy to collaborate with the Tel Aviv University on this project. And we just initiated this, and we hope we will succeed quite fast.
Coming back to the original use that you're going and target at the moment, coronavirus. So the reason why you target now the coronavirus is only that we have at the moment this problem. And this is maybe a technology what you can use. You not fight against the coronavirus, you fight against the side effect in the lungs. So this is not something where you go out and say, hey, we can heal or we have a treatment against corona. You heal the side effect of the lungs. So the people have less impact from the coronavirus. Then not too many people die on coronavirus, they die from the side effects. That's
Exactly.
the point. That's the point.
Yes.
And coming back to this coronavirus, coronavirus is, from my point of view, a time issue. So we have now, the coronavirus is now here and present. So how quick you can really react. You are not really fight against the virus, you are work only on the lungs to heal the lungs. So how quick you can really test this system. Can you go out like, I said, other companies like Gilead coming up with this drug what they developed for Ebola, I think, and say now we test it on coronavirus. How quick you can start with test this system to people, to humans, or to animals, or so on?
So just let's go back. So as all of us know, the lungs are the most affected by the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
And the coronavirus actually caused pneumonia that rapidly progress to actual respiratory disorder and very harsh symptoms, and result in inflammation, respiratory failure, or multi-organ failure in the lung.
Mm-hmm.
So having potential to cure this is a highly targeted mission. Because this is the reason why eventually most of the reason why the people die. So the time plan for this is to do a preclinical about 9 to 12 months, to do a phase 1 and phase 2A between additional 6 and 9 months, and phase 2 again between 6 and 9 months, and then the phase 3. Everything is estimate. It depends on the regulatory authorities.
Mm-hmm.
Because they assist companies. All the administration, normally takes longer to appeal for a registration, to appeal for a license, to do clinical studies. For now, they have accelerated regulatory processes targeting for corona. So, we have to go step by step and see what is happening in order to indicate a specific timetable. But we are talking, months to months. We are not talking now 5, 7 years, 12 years as a normal drug, because everybody's seeking the treatment and the alternative, and this is why we are getting this.
So, but to coming back, it's not only for the coronavirus; it's for every disease what have problems with the lungs. So when you have that's the big different point. So corona is now the accelerator. So, but in general, this product what you're working can heal every problem what you have in the lungs when from inflammable standpoint. So that's I think is the important thing.
This is a can be potential targeting and treat relatively different viral infections, maybe SARS, MERS, different variation. So now we are focusing on the coronavirus, but we had the SARS a few years ago, and we probably had additional viruses. So yes, this deals with the outcome of the indication, not just the specific virus. So with the whole lung infection and the failure of the respiratory system as a whole.
Okay, understandable, perfect. But what I'm really like is also this thing about epilepsy and Alzheimer. So what is your plans in I think this is a much bigger issue in the long run. Coronavirus is done in this specific coronavirus is done in 12, 18, hopefully sooner than longer, but the next virus will show up. But Alzheimer and epilepsy is always an issue. So what is your thing here? What are you doing here at this week?
So everybody knows GW. It's a UK based company who got an FDA approval for CBD for kids with epilepsy. So we know that the CBD as an anti-inflammatory, it has a very important role in reducing epilepsy in kids. So combining again a homing missile, we can call them, that can target damaged cell in the central nervous system, we indicated the first two topics for researching is Alzheimer and epilepsy. This was done together with Professor Danny Offen. So it's going to be similar but different regarding the administration way. This should be a nasal spray, not inhalation. And it's going to be different models. But yes, the combining this delivery system with proven therapeutic effect of CBD could really make the difference, we believe, in children with epilepsy or older people with Alzheimer. In general, what we are developing, we can call it a new platform of delivery, accurate, right to the target. This is, as a pharma company, what we are looking to do to bring the new innovation, revolutionary treatment for different kinds of disease.
And I think I must say it. I saw this 3-4 months ago. There was a conference from our chamber of economists, and we have a direct line also to Israel. And I think the most people don't realize that Israel has a big advantage by CBD. So Israel working since CBD since the 60s. So they have a really big research, and there's no country outside the world that have this knowledge about CBD than Israel has.
Exactly. Professor Shulam from the Hebrew University, he reinvented in the early 90s the use of cannabinoids Israel was the first country to use the marijuana for post-traumatic, for military after the war. We embraced it in using in kids with different conditions. There are more than 300 clinical trials and different applications being done. So the government has been one of the initial government opening clinical trials in Israel. It's a startup company, startup country, and but it has a lot of opening regarding, we call it medicalization. If in Canada it's a recreational market and opening in regulation, in Israel it's toward medical condition, and the government, they like to health authority, call it medicalization. So it's used a lot in specific indications.
But I saw it also on your presentation. You're not working also only on the medical side. You're working also that you have some products, or you want to bring products to the market for healing some. So explain a little bit more.
So I told you about Ron from Teva and Yoram. And myself also, I'm one of the founders. Our four, it's a table. Our four leg is Nir Avram. Nir is a highly experienced formulator coming from the dermal field. He was working on the innovation team, R&D team of Perigo. He has a wide experience in topicals targeting different skin disease conditions. He holds a lot of patents in this field. So he created a line of patent pending topicals that are targeting specific skin disease. I would like to present our Relief and Go line, which is topicals targeting pain relief. It's a patent pending product. It combines high amount of 3 different active that act in 3 different mechanisms in one product. Everybody knows, menthol, who has the main smell of pain relief. So this is one of the active we are using. We managed to incorporate magnesium. Normally people who do sports take magnesium as the oral administration. It's very hard to formulate a stable formulation with magnesium. We managed to incorporate menthol, magnesium, and CBD in one product, very powerful product, targeting pain relief. It's a spray, so it's very easy to administrate. Because of the 3 different ingredients, it relieves pain in 3 different ways. There are topical analgesic, there is muscle relaxant, and anti-inflammatory. So this is a really unique combination which acts very fast. You can actually feel after like half an hour, 15 minutes, one ingredient, and then you feel the cooling effect much or heating effect much later. Normally when you put a cream, you feel heat on your body. This acts in a different mechanism, and we are very proud of this innovation. On top of this, we have product targeting psoriasis, anti-itch. We have a development targeting hemorrhoid. So it's a variety of products. We have finished the development. We decided to launch with the pain relief, which is now being manufactured in Portugal for the European market. I believe that first products are going to be starting selling during May. So we are very excited for this. And on top of it, we had demands from customers, from distributors, we have carefully developed a line of premium derma products, cosmetic products, combining the CBD with a lot of active ingredients like hyaluronic acid and vitamins, carefully crafted to design a very powerful cosmetic line. We actually have two. One is targeting elderly women with highly concentrated CBD inside, and another line targeting the millennium women between 24 to 45, which the age is a little bit different. The concentration and the active ingredients are different. So all those topicals are going to be launched in May and entering to the European region.
So to the whole European region, or do you have targeted in which area you will start?
So our first distribution is in the UK and Ireland. So we start from this, and then we expand in Europe. At the same time, we are doing in a manufacturing site in the States for the US. I don't believe in shipping. We have to, as a startup, we have to do very efficient. So we have two sites. Production, the regulation is a bit different, the packaging. So we are doing in Portugal and in the United States. So this should result in revenues in Q2. Hopefully the corona would open the sky and we can do the shipping and delivery. So on top of the R&D projects, as a startup, after 2 years, we should have revenues starting from Q2.
The good thing is, so when I understand, but you finance your R&D also out of this of the product what you bring it to the market. So this is my thinking. So it brings down you get revenues in, you make earning out, and with the money you can make your R&D. Then we know exactly R&D is expensive, and R&D is when it's expensive, especially when you're on the stock market, then you need always money from the market, and this is sometimes a pain in the ass, I must say. Sorry, coming back to this, that is really interesting for me. You will start in May with the distribution. How you do the distribution? Do it to distributors like a drugstore or something, or you go more the online way, or how it works?
So we are going to do it via local distributors, which are going to do online as well as targeting pharmaceuticals at the first stage, pharmacies, in order to educate the benefit. The second stage is going also to the retail, because I think starting with pharmacists would give the right education to the market, and the online support will assist as well.
Do you have any revenue targets? What do you expect? Q2 is when you start is tough, but Q3 or Q4, what do you expect you can do really on revenue end of the year?
So as a we are a listed public company. We are listed both on the Frankfurt under IP4 and on the Canadian Security Exchange as the INNO. We didn't yet share those forecasts, so I cannot share them yet. The public companies, they are very strict rule. Even a young startup has to follow.
Yeah, you must follow the rules. If not, you're running into trouble. Okay, understandable. Coming to the shareholder structure, for me as a young company, how the shareholder structure looks like, how many shares are outstanding, and how much cash you have at the moment.
So we have 1,043,000 outstanding shares. What we did when initially we started raising money, we did equity crowdfunding in Israel. So the public invested and they got shares. So 600 investors invested in the company.
How much? How much they invest?
600.
600. But how much money they invest?
It's $1.2 million Canadian.
Okay.
It's about $9 million US. We raised.
Mm-hmm.
No, less. 9,000. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a investment of $3 million US from a family office in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Then we did the IPO in Canada. We were the first Israeli company to do an IPO on the CSE. And we did this, we raised in the IPO additional 1 million. And as you said, the pharma company, we used the cash for R&D. As of the last financial report, we have about $2 million cash in bank.
Mm-hmm.
And we always, we would need to raise eventually, but we have enough for the upcoming month. It depends on our project and how fast we move. If we go very fast with the corona, of course, we would need to launch another raise.
Mm-hmm. What was the IPO price? Which price you going for?
The IPO was in 18 cents Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
18 cents.
So you're close at the moment. Thank you for this first introduction to your company. It was very interesting. Was really interesting structure and also interesting way, especially this Alzheimer and epilepsy is very, very interesting. And in the long run, I think that's is a huge or interesting thing. Ja, das war ein Start-Interview. InnoCan, ganz spannend. Ich fange jetzt mal hinten an. Und zwar hinten fangen sie an, dass mit einem Produkt, das sie eigentlich am Markt gehen. Und zwar, Sie sehen hier die Grafik, es geht eigentlich um ein Schmerzmittel, das auf 3 Wegen funktioniert. Erstens mal CBD, da wissen wir, dass das nicht entzündungshemmend ist, so heißt das deutsche Wort. Dann mit Magnesium und Methanol. Das haben sie alles kombiniert in einen und das Produkt wird, the pain relief also you launched this in May?
Ja.
Ja, okay. Der soll sozusagen im Mai jetzt am Markt eingeführt werden, zuerst einmal UK und Irland. Coronavirus kann da natürlich einen Strich durch die Rechnung machen, ob das jetzt schon Mai ist. Ihr Strukturweg ist relativ einfach, sie gehen über Apotheken, private Firmen, aber auch online, dass sie das dementsprechend verkaufen, weil man kann das dann die Leute auch besser educaten, das heißt besser, ja, Sie wissen, was ich meine. Und ein zweites Produkt ist dann im Kosmetikbereich, das auch dann im zweiten Quartal starten soll, auch hochqualitativ, 2 Produktlinien, eine für die älteren Personen, eine für die Mittelklasse, die Millenniums. Aber was für mich, also das ist super, weil damit können Sie Cashflow generieren und Umsatz generieren, und zwar Ihr R&D zu finanzieren. Und das ist eigentlich recht spannend, denn, und so muss man eigentlich auch noch dazu sagen, Israel ist beim CBD führend, weil sie schon seit den 60er Jahren dran arbeiten. Und deswegen gibt es kein Land auf der Welt, das wahrscheinlich so viele Forschungen gemacht haben bezüglich CBD oder auch Cannabis in generell, das ja, auf der Welt gibt. Da sind alle Länder hinten dran, Israel ist einfach da vorne. Und das sollte über Liposomen dementsprechend laufen. Aber was wirklich spannend ist, das war auch diese Meldung, die vor ein paar Tagen gekommen ist bezüglich Coronavirus, Es geht darum, um Exosomes. Die sind bei Stammzellen, wenn die Entstehungsgeschichte der Stammzellen, sind die Exosomes drinnen und helfen sozusagen die Stammzellen quasi zu generieren und helfen aber auch bei allen anderen Sachen. Und Sie haben heute jetzt Inhalation quasi wollen Sie machen, wo Sie CBD quasi, wo du inhalierst. Dadurch wird dies mit den Exosomen direkt transportiert an die Lungen und schützen quasi dort, schaffen sie ihren entzündungshemmenden Wirkstoff zu machen. Die wenigsten Leute sterben ja an einem Coronavirus selber, sondern sie sterben an den Nebeneffekten, nämlich dass ihre Lunge einfach so geschädigt ist und entzündet ist, dass sie kollabiert, beziehungsweise irgendwelche anderen Organschäden dann dementsprechend machen. Die gehen also nicht auf dem Weg, dass sie ein Coronavirus verhindern, sondern einfach diese Nebenwirkungen, was dieser Coronavirus hat, dass die dementsprechend geheilt werden. Und das ist eigentlich genau der Punkt. Das kann man nicht nur beim Coronavirus verwenden, sondern alle, die Lungen befallen, alle Virusarten werden dann dementsprechend mit dem auch getargetet. Und dieser Coronavirus ist jetzt nur ein Beschleuniger, damit sie diese auch Genehmigung schneller kriegen. Sozusagen, wir haben also zwei Firmen in dieser Company. Wir haben die eine Firma, diese Pain Relief, also diese privaten Produkte machen, und auf der anderen Seite diese R&D-Business, die quasi das querfinanzieren. Und was aber das Long-Term für mich wirklich das Interessante ist, ist nicht nur natürlich, dass wir diese Lunge machen, die es auf Coronavirus eben ist, sondern auch vor allem Alzheimer und Epilepsie. Da weiß man, dass CBD eine heilende Wirkung hat. Und sie haben jetzt quasi sozusagen nichts anderes als wie andere Verabreichungsform. Und das ist eigentlich interessant. Das dauert natürlich, bis das auf den Markt kommt, leider, sage ich mal, weil gegen Alzheimer ist momentan noch kein Kraut gewachsen, aber wenn man da irgendwas machen kann, wäre das ein Wahnsinn. Habe ich extrem spannend gefunden. Es sind jetzt 143 Millionen Aktien draußen, sie haben 2 Millionen ungefähr laut dem letzten Finanzbericht Cash. Das reicht für die nächsten Monate. Sollte das mit dem Coronavirus relativ schnell vorangehen, dann müssen sie irgendeinen Kapital-Raise machen. Und es hängt natürlich auch davon ab, wie viel das bei einem Produkt verkaufen. Ich habe das extrem spannend gefunden, das Interview. Sie sehen hier die WKN von der Firma. Ja, das war es auch jetzt schon wieder von meiner Seite. Danke fürs Zuhören. Iris, thank you for your time, and it was a pleasure for me to have you here. And good luck with all this R&D and also with your product, when your product launch, that you can bring the product on the market also with this coronavirus. Then this is an issue around the globe.
Thank you, and thank you for the translation.
I do my best. I hope I do it in the right way.
Yeah, I follow.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. And all the best. And stay healthy, I must say. I think that's the most important thing.
Exactly. For all of us.
For all of us. Thank you.